I watched a full episode of Collision for the first time. I don't know how long. It's been ages. I've been out of the loop of AEW for a little while, and I've been watching it since it's been a thing. I was a hardcore fan, and then I fell out of it and started watching more WWE again because I found my love for WWE again, and then it kind of went to the back burner. But I want to try to get it all and watch them both. So these are my notes for the episode, I guess. I don't know what we're gonna title this series. So it started off with Clone and Angelico. It was a pretty good match, pretty entertaining. It was actually pretty. They're both very good wrestlers, I do want to say. And I'm probably gonna say this a lot, but I think AEW is where you want to watch if you're trying to find the best wrestling, and WWE is the place you want to watch if you want to watch the best storylines. You know what I mean? And it was a pretty good match, I guess. And I had no clue who this Clone guy was. He won with the Blue Thunderbomb. And I guess Clone recently or something attacked and took out Hologram, which we're not going to talk about the names. I'm saying his name, my name. Take a look. And I guess Clone's part of the Don Callis family and debuted as part of them. And when he attacked him, he injured Hologram. John Moxley had a promo. It was a good promo, like always. John Moxley just always has a good promo. I don't care. I'm a John Moxley glazer, I guess. And then there was Tony Storm and Mina, the Love Bombs, I think they were called, versus Hina and Maya World. It was a good match, entertaining like always. Again, Tony Storm can't really put off a bad match. Sorry, you can never have a bad match. Same thing with Mina, so right away. And then Tony Storm won the match with a Storm Zero. This is where I figured out there were now women tag team titles. Yes, I think that's great, but I wonder if we're gonna see a lot of just throwing together tag teams. Hopefully not, because that's what WWE did. The Mega Problems, Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir, accompanied by Penelope Ford, versus a pair of indie wrestlers, Rach Chanel and London Dyer. Marina Shafir seems like a good technical wrestler. I really enjoy her wrestling style, I guess, and maybe she's a future women's. The match was an average squash match, and won the match by a maneuver called the Mother's Milk, which looks like either like some weird bear hug or like a reverse rear naked choke, a front naked choke or whatever the fuck. And I think she needs a different finisher because it doesn't look that good. The next thing was a backstage segment. The Don Callis family, Josh Alexander, Lance Archer, and Hedge Zero take people out backstage with Josh Alexander. Instead of taking people out, was mostly just talking to the camera and hyping up Hedge Zero for his upcoming match. And if he was to win that match, he'd become #1 contender for Mark Briscoe's TNT Championship. And then it moved on to that match. Commander versus Hedge Zero. Don Callis family want Hedge Zero to bring back the TNT title to the group after Kyle Fletcher lost it at Full Gear to Mark Briscoe. And Commander is a great wrestler, knows how to use the ropes really well. Literally he knows how to use the ropes. And Hedge Zero's throwing Commander into the barricade looked brutal. He barely hit the barricade and it just boom, his tailbone hit the ground. That looked bad. And then Hedge Zero wins with a roll up with the help of El Colon. When Commander tried to do a top rope maneuver, Colon hit him from behind, and that caused him to come flying off the top rope. And that was during H0 just distracting the ref, or the ref just being an idiot and just staring at him like, yeah, I don't fucking know. Then with a surprise roll up, H0 won, and then he will fight Mark Briscoe next week on Collision. And it was a good match, and I really think Commander is a future TNT champion. I really do. And then there was a funny segment with the Claim being forced to get along while hating each other, which I love the dynamic. It's hilarious. I didn't really keep up with much, but I did keep up with Claim. And that was one of the things that I actually kept in touch with, and I really think it's an entertaining. And then after that little funny video segment, there was a segment with Eddie Kingston and Ortiz. So I guess he recently returned, which I thought he left AEW. I guess he didn't. He stuck with AEW while Santana went to TNA. I want to look into why Santana and Ortiz split. I don't really know the whole thing there. And what's nice about that promo was the crowd chanted for a chick and an 8-year-old kid chanting happy birthday for him, which I thought was pretty dope. And then Eddie Kingston, always great promo. Ortiz barely talked. I would like to see, or not see, I'd like to hear Ortiz with a full promo and see if he can keep up with Eddie Kingston. Have a good promo. And then there was a backstage segment with Big Bill and the Bounty Hunter, Brian Keith. It was an interview just to get hype for their match that was coming right after it against the Jet Speed team, the Jet, Kevin Knight, and Speedball Mike Bailey, which again was a good match. It seems like A hardly puts on bad bookings here, and the Don Callis family and Ricochet, I guess, put a bounty, quote unquote, at Speed, which caused this match, I guess. It was very action packed. I really enjoyed that. Dude, barely any breathers. Jet Speed is a good tech team. They are, but I'd like to hear them have a promo for me to decide if I think they should be the tag champ today. Kevin Knight won the match with the UFO splash, which is basically just it's Twisted Bliss, guys. It's Bliss. That's what the UFO splash was. And so far, there's been a lot of tag team matches here. Was there 1, 2, maybe not 3? There's 3 mostly tag team. Not really. There's a focus on tag team, I guess. And then it moved on to Shelton Benjamin versus Dante Martin, which starts with a respectful handshake, which was nice to see. Shelton Benjamin showed off his technical ability, which he shows why he is a veteran, I will say that. Dante Martin showed off his high flying ability, which was great. I would love to see more of Dante Martin in the future. It was a very technical match, which I really liked. Really might be match of the night, I think. Who's the match of the night? Shelton Benjamin won with a super kick. It's nice, I guess, to have it finish off just a random move just to mix it up, I guess. And then MVP had a promo on Dante Martin's hard work in the match and hyped him up, and then hyped up Shelton Benjamin. And then MVP turned the promo onto Jon Moxley and basically said on Dynamite, Shelton Benjamin will win the Continental title, bringing it home to the Hurt Syndicate, which I can't wait to see that match. Next. Backstage interview with Bandito and Sammy Guevara, challenging Bandito to try to get the world title shot next week on Dynamite. Sammy saying he's gonna do something heinous that'll make it so he'll be #1 contender, or is he talking about the ROH world title, which I think that would make more sense with fucking ROH world champion. To be honest, I'm not sure if he's talking about the AEW or ROH, which I'm thinking about now. looking at that note, that's just kind of me being stupid. Of course he's talking about ROH. I'm sorry, guys. And then finally was the main event. Wheeler Yuta versus Darby Allin. It was a good, entertaining match. Darby Allin has insane selling ability. He looks at like a ragdoll at times, and I do fear that he's gonna get paralyzed at some point in his career, sadly, with how hard it looks. Yuta seems like he improved a lot since the last match I've seen of his, I will say. Jon Moxley was a great guest commentator and was good at making Wheeler Yuta sound good and look good, and putting some praise on Darby Allin, which I thought was nice. Tony Storm sneak attack Marina Shafir, who was ringside, and she was interfering, so Tony Storm just attacked her to prevent her, but it's going to continue that rivalry that they have. When that happened, it distracted the ref from that. Daniel Garcia attacked Darby Allin from behind to help Wheeler Yuta, which Allin later takes out Dia, but to the benefit of Wheeler Yuta, who begins to get the upper hand. But Allin later wins with a Scorpion Death Lock. Holy shit, that was 15 minutes of just me yapping. Sorry, my mouth is very dry right now. And I really think I should start to watch AEW again more, just so that I could stay in the loop and continue to make videos like these that I actually enjoy making. I just think I need a break from gaming and making gaming videos. So for the next few videos at the least, we're going to be moving to more wrestling style or whatever just piques my interest, to be honest. But it was a good episode and I really enjoyed it. And I would love if you guys would have loved it. Please like the video, subscribe, turn on post notifications.